Hey everybody, I'm just trying to make sure this thing is filming over here because I can't film in my good lighting area because the sun is kind of at that peak of, don't want to let me be great because it's too bright. So I'm in another area. It has been a while since I have filmed a video, and your girl is feeling like what? Because I'm sure in all my previous videos that you've probably seen, I've looked a hot mess. I've just looked a hot mess and looked tired and looked, So now I'm like 31st birthday ready because this is how your girl trying to be looking for the rest of her life. Like I've just really got to get my whole entire life together. I'm about to be 31, y'all. I'm about to be 31 years old. I cannot believe this. And I can sit here and easily complain and say, oh, I wish my life was like this. I wish my life was like that. But I have learned to embrace where my life is right now because I've learned from everything. So there's no regrets. There's no, oh, woe is me. And that's how I used to be. That's how I used to live my life. Like, oh my God, my life is this, my life is that. And I actually caught myself saying it the other day because I was saying to my husband, um, I'm about to be 31 years old. I'm definitely not as I'm excited. I'm actually stoked that my birthday is coming and I'm going to be 31 because I feel like as I get older, I feel, I don't know, a certain type of way, and I still feel like I look very good to be 31 years old because when I tell people that I'm 30 or 31, they're like, girl, what you drinking? What are you drinking? And to have 3 kids and my body is still like fly down, I'm not thick or anything, but I'm just messing with y'all. But I'm so thankful, and I think I feel so good about it because I'm in a place where, man, I could really think about how far I've come, how far I've grown, where I've come from, and I'm just thankful. And I'm like, when I tell y'all I'm in a place where I'm afraid to go back to where I used to be, like my mindset. I mean, it's still a journey, it's still a process, but just to think about how far I've come. And I know because I've made it this far, I have so many other women to help get over what I've been through, just like dealing with stress and depression and anxiety and entitlement and blame and procrastination and just not knowing who I am. Like, so, yeah. And I'm just going to keep going with that because this video was going to be about what I wanted and what I got for my 31st birthday, even though it's not until tomorrow. But I'm also going to talk about the fact that purpose does not stop when you're going through something. And I think that's the lesson that I'm going to carry on into my 31st year, is that purpose does not stop. Like, my purpose does not stop. So one thing I used to do horribly is be a quitter. And I would start things that I know I love to do, or I would start things that I know I'm supposed to be doing. And once it started getting hard and I didn't want to deal with rejection, or I just felt like I couldn't keep going, or I wasn't being validated by other people like my husband, I would just quit. And that's the lesson that's with me as I enter into my 31st year, is that I cannot quit because purpose does not quit. And if you take a moment to sit back and reflect on the things that you were doing that made you feel good at moments, like I would sit back and think about, what was I doing when I felt good? I feel good when I write. I feel good when I do videos. I feel good when I'm helping other people create. I'm feeling good when I can be a part of other people's visions and things like that. Those things make me feel good, but I realized, like, over the years, like when I really started my lifestyle journey was when I had my second daughter, and that was in 2014. And, you know, having a daughter, you know, I had my son first, but having my daughter was like, it just really made me think. And this is how I know that growing and becoming is a process, because she's 4 now. She just turned 4 last month, in February. And that's when I started that journey of, I called it a lifestyle, something lifestyle change or something. And it was like living, learning, and becoming, because that was the moment that I realized that I was really tired of the life that I was living. I was really tired of myself. I was really tired of, like, why am I not flourishing? Why am I not moving forward? Why is my life repetitive? And yeah, 4 years ago, that's when it started. And every day I would write about something I went through that day. And I'm actually going to go back and reflect on that when I'm done with this video. I would go back and write about something that happened that day, in the way that I handled it. It's just the things that I know that would keep me at a certain place that I didn't want to be at. And one thing I realized, like, over the past 4 years is that I would quit and I would not give myself enough time, and I wouldn't love myself enough to keep doing what made me happy. And that's where we fall short, because we conform and we'll be quick. And I don't know why this is so easy for people, but we will easily give up what's for us to do what we feel that other people think we should be doing. And that was my problem. So for instance, like, my parents and my husband plays a huge part in my life, of course. So what they thought and what they said really mattered to me. So if they did not agree, well, my parents are just out of the story, because they're just out of the story. But still, it was like, I just felt like I was at a time in my life where I wasn't making my parents proud. So anything that my dad would come to me and say, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that, I would go do it. And I would forget about what I had going on or what I'm supposed to be doing. That's quitting. And if I go to my husband with, oh, I want to do this, or my idea is this, and he didn't show any type of excitement, like the level of excitement that I showed him. I'm doing something. What? Okay, I'm doing something. I told you when I'm done, I'll come do it. Y'all just see my ashy knees. How did I know that somebody was gonna come up here and bother me? Anywho, what was I talking about? Any time I would feel like they didn't validate me and what I'm supposed to be doing, I would just not do it. Like, I wouldn't do it. So that's the lesson that I'm taking into my 31st year. And to encourage you is that purpose does not stop. It does not stop. So whatever you have inside of you, whatever God has put within your heart and your soul, you still have to work towards that. That there may be days where you don't do it, but just don't quit and let it be long term. Because for me, I quit and it was long term. So then when it's time for you to go back to what you were doing and try to get back in the swing of things, it's hard. And that was the case for me. It was hard because I quit to do what other people wanted me to do, and then I would try to come back to me, and it was not easy. But if you don't give up on yourself and if you don't quit on what you're supposed to be doing, it might be hard in the beginning. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy, ever. But you stick to it, and your hard work will eventually manifest itself. So purpose does not stop. Why this has been on my heart is because for the past week, I was in Georgia because me and my family were moving to Georgia. And right now, under the circumstances, it's not easy. Like, we just know that this is something we're supposed to do for our family. And you know, when you're supposed to make a move, like I said, you don't want to wait on it. You don't want to quit when it gets hard, because right now it's kind of in between. It's not hard, but it's not an easy transition either, because we don't have the finances that we would like to have to make this move, and then other circumstances where it comes to finding a place and applying for a place and just all that good stuff. And I was there for the past week, and it got hard. And I almost allowed myself to get overwhelmed and stressed out, and I wanted to give up because I started talking that negative language like, I'm just going to go back home and I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens, and we'll go from there. But if I come back home, I'm home right now, but my plan is not to stay. But if I come back home and I just get complacent and comfortable again in the familiar, then I'm going to be here. And then I'm going to have regrets later on because I did not go when I knew we were supposed to. So these are the times where you keep pushing when you don't have the resources to fulfill your purpose, when you don't have the people, the connections, the money, whatever it is, you keep going because you have to have that mindset of manifestation. And in your actions, okay, so you need faith and then your actions. Your faith will manifest what you want, but also the action that you're putting in. If you keep going, God will open doors. And that's what I'm believing this week. And I know that this was the week that we said that the final move is going to happen for Georgia. And I'm still trusting and I'm still believing that. This is just a month of manifestation for me. I'm not in that negative mindset anymore. And I have to understand that purpose does not stop, and our family is supposed to be in a new place this year. Like, that's just it. So I had to tell myself, like, Crystal, purpose does not stop. Because what I noticed is that I put stuff on the back burner. Like, anything else that I was working on or doing, because I started to get stressed and overwhelmed, I forgot about it. That's just what I did. I forgot about it. I would just leave it alone and not worry about it anymore. And then when I get back home, I'm like, man, Crystal, what were you doing? Like, you forgot you had this, and you had to do this, and you had this going, and you were starting to lose the momentum in this, and blah, blah, blah. So purpose does not stop, Crystal. And as you go into your 31st year and you watch this years down the road, I hope that you did not quit on your purpose, because you have 2 daughters and a son that is watching you. You have millions of women that are watching what you're doing. Purpose does not stop. And when you experience hardship or you go through things where you know you have to push, you have to remember that you're victorious. You have the victory. You've already won the battle. You just have to keep going. The battle is already won, and the hard work will pay off. Purpose does not stop. Test and hardship is the circumstances. Test and hardship is the requirements of testing and going through a battle. Purpose does not stop. Purpose does not stop. That's my lesson for my 31st year. Purpose does not stop. I'm going to have to write that out. I'm going to have to put a reminder in my phone for that, like every hour, because I have to have constant reminders of purpose does not stop. And I'm at the point where I'm just tired of not doing things that I know I want to do, that I love to do, that I'm supposed to be doing. I read a scripture this morning, Ephesians 2:10, and it talks about how God made us as a masterpiece. He created us to do a great work, and if I quit, that's not treating myself like a masterpiece. That's not treating myself like a work of art. That's not treating myself as if I was created to do the best and the greatest and above and beyond what I can even see or believe. So I have to start treating myself like excellence and like a masterpiece, and have faith and do the work, and know that because I have faith and I'm doing the work, things are going to manifest. So purpose does not stop. Purpose does not stop. Remember to glow. Remember to affirm yourself. Remember to do what you love. I think that's it. And I'm out because I keep talking, y'all, and I'm getting tired and sleepy, and I just wanted to film these videos real quick. So I'm out, but remember, purpose does not stop for anything. Everything that you go through is for a purpose, for your purpose. Keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up.